Evening YouTube. Now I've just got home from work and this box has been delivered today, and inside it should be my second purchase from the wanted list videos that I have been making, and it is a Sansui 221. Now please don't cry when you see the state of it, because it is going to look in a bit of a state, this Sansui, but it's not actually that bad. It's missing its cabinet and it is a bit broken round the back. So I've bought this one to do my bit for the hi-fi community and save this lovely little vintage Sansui from getting broken up for parts. 'Cause let's be honest, one of these with no cabinet on it and it is all broken round the back and it doesn't work, it does not power up or do anything. So this little Sansui would have got broken up for parts, and I just kept looking at it on the computer and I thought, oh, I want to buy that Sansui and save it. And as you can see there, that corner of that box has been damaged, so it has took a bashing on that corner. So I do hope this poor little Sansui hasn't taken any more damage, because the faceplate and the front of this Sansui did look in really good condition. It's got all its knobs on it, all its switches, and the faceplate looked really good. So I do hope it hasn't got damaged in the post. So let's crack on and open it up and find out what I have actually bought and see if it has been damaged anymore or not. And I hope it hasn't, 'cause it'll ruin my evening, and my evening so far is going really well. Because when I got home tonight and I looked on the computer, I had a new subscriber. But it is not any subscriber. It is a famous YouTube celebrity from a channel that I have watched for years, and it is Mr. Michael Yates. Yes, that's right, Michael Yates. He has subscribed to Rattlesnake Vibes, and that really did make my evening. So it does look like this Sansui has been really well protected. It looks like it's in a box inside another box with all this brown paper around it, so hopefully this Sansui has not taken any more damage and my evening will not be ruined. So the seller will be getting some good feedback from me, because they have gone the extra mile to protect this old Sansui. And I have just noticed it's not a box inside a box. They have made like a lid for it out of cardboard. So let's remove the lid and see what I've actually got. And there, look at the state of the poor little Sansui. And I do know with this one, it will probably cost me more money in the long run than if I'd just bought one that was all complete in the first place, because I'm going to have to buy a cabinet for it, I'm going to have to buy a back panel for it, and I'm going to have to buy whatever other parts it needs. But you'll see with me, as the channel goes on, it is not always about the money, it's not always about getting a bargain. Sometimes I don't care about the money and I just really love saving these old vintage receivers and stopping them getting broken up and put in the dreaded parts bin. And can you see that? Look, it's got a Kawasaki lead on it. So back to what I was saying, now and again I'm not worried about the money and I just really enjoy saving a receiver. 'Cause I do believe in karma, I do believe in a bit of yin and yang, and over the years I've been really lucky getting this stuff delivered without it getting damaged and buying stuff that isn't working but then it turns out to be a right easy repair. So if I buy something like this Sansui now and again and bring it back to life, then it keeps my hi-fi karma going, gives me a nice bit of hi-fi yin and yang. Oh, and just look at the front of this old Sansui. It looks really good. And look at it inside there. That looks really clean in there. That looks really nice. Now the story with this one, the seller said they was using it and they had a big picture hanging on their wall. And one day the string broke on the picture, so it fell off the wall and landed on top of this Sansui. So it smashed the cabinet and broke the back of it, but the Sansui still worked. So they used it for a long time with no cabinet, but then a few weeks ago it just stopped working. Oh, so look at that front panel. That looks lovely, the front of this Sansui. It has got a few marks on it, but I think they will all clean off, and I can't see no scratches or gouges on it. So once you get a cabinet back on this Sansui, it's gonna look really good. So let's have a feel of it. Right, so that tuner, look, you see there, that's all working. The mechanism's going inside. That feels really nice, that tuner. So let's feel the selector. Yeah, that feels nice. Clicking good, feels lovely. Let's try the buttons. They're all locking in nice. Yeah, they feel like they're working good, them buttons. Let's try the volume. Oh, that volume pot feels really smooth and nice. Let's try the balance. Same again, that feels lovely, that balance pot. Let's try the treble. Yeah, again, that treble pot is well smooth. Finally, let's try the bass pot. Again, that bass pot feels lovely. Try the on-off. Right, that on-off feels a little bit stiff. It is like quite hard to go to the click and then suddenly it jumps to on. So there might be a little problem with that on-off switch. Oh, and I do hope that's all that's wrong with it, the on-off switch. See, that's a bit of yin and yang hi-fi karma if it turns out it's just got a sticky on-off switch. I shouldn't have said that. I've probably jinxed myself now and this thing's going to end up having a load wrong with it. So I'll just put the camera down and then I'll turn it round and show you the back and you'll see what I mean about the back being broken. So the camera's on my Sansui 310. So now my little 310 has got another member of the Sansui family to hang out with. And I hope they don't get together and form a little Sansui gang and start picking on the pioneers. So you can see there, look, that's where the back has taken the damage, where the picture fell on it. So it's just broken along the top there. And I'm feeling that now. I thought it was going to be all floppy and really broken, but it's not. They've still got some strength in it, that has. So with a bit of glue, you might be able to repair that. Take it off, glue it, lay it on something flat, put some weight on it. So I might not have to buy a new back panel. I might be able to save that one. And at the end of the day, it's only the back, so it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. So it's got a little earth bit there for your record deck. It's got a phono in, an auxiliary, a normal tape input and a 5-pin DIN tape input. They're the bits for your aerial, and it's got your little speaker connections. Now it will only take one set of speakers, this one, but it is only 8 watts per channel. So with this one, it might need an on-off switch, but it might not. I might be able to sort that on-off switch out. So it might just need a cabinet, because I do think with that back panel, with a bit of glue, I can sort that out a bit. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to sell this one. This one is for me to keep, so it doesn't matter if the back's a little bit damaged. It does look nice inside though, this one. All them capacitors look really good. Nothing looks swollen, nothing looks black or burnt out. It does look really good inside this one. So far I am really happy with my little 221. It looks really good. So I'll just put the camera back down and I'll turn it round again. So now that this 221 is here, I'll have to get on the computer and try and hunt down a cabinet for it, because it might be quite hard to find a cabinet for this thing. And if I can't find one, worst case scenario, I just might have to make one. I have made cabinets before, so let me get my tape measure and I'll do the measurements and show you how big the Sansui is. If I can get the tape measure to hook on there we go. So that is just under 17 inches wide. See how deep it is. And it overhangs a bit at the back because it's got the panel that sticks out. So that is about 10.5 inches deep, and let's see how high it is. So that is sort of about 5.5 inches tall. So it's not tiny, this Sansui, although this is the baby one of the range. It's no smaller really than the 331. I think they start getting bigger when you go to the 441 and the 551, and then the big 991 is massive. So let me do what I always do, and I'll give you a size comparison by putting it on top of another receiver. And as this Sansui 310 is sitting right here, I shall put the little 221 on top of it. And looking at them, I would say they're going to be a very similar size, these two. And they are a similar age, these two. I think there's only 2 or 3 years between them. And this 310, it is a little bit more powerful, because this 310 is 15 watts per channel, whereas that little 221 is only 8. And I would say they're going to sound different, these two, because this 310 really is good in the bass department, whereas this little 221 should be just really detailed, really refined. So I would say they're going to sound a bit different, these two. And you can see there they are more or less the same size. They are, look, if I show you the back, they're different at the back because one's got the connections going horizontal and the other one goes in vertical. But they are the same depth, they are more or less the same height, and they are the same width. So these two really are a similar size. They are very different looking though. So that's progress, because I think the 221, 1975, the 310, 1972. So that 221 is actually 3 years newer than that 310, but it's got a very different look to it. And I think this 221's going to have a really good look to it once you get a cabinet back on it. And like I said, I will try and buy a cabinet for it because I don't really fancy making one. But if I can't find one, I might have to. And it's not difficult to make a cabinet as long as you get the right wood to do it with. It's not that hard to make a cabinet, and this one hasn't got no vents or anything in it. It is just a box, the cabinet on this one. But it just does take a real long time because you've got to sand it all and stain it all and polish it all, and to get one looking good, it really does take a long time. So I would prefer just to buy one, because I really could do without the palaver of making a new cabinet, because I have got a load of stuff around me at the minute that needs repair, and just doing this channel takes a lot of time. Doing the videos for this channel and my other channel really does take a long time. I didn't realise that. When I started a YouTube channel, I did not realise how long it was going to take to make the videos and do it all. And my new subscriber will back me up on that. Go on, Michael, tell 'em how long it takes to make one of these channels. Takes ages, doesn't it, mate? And I am also a little bit addicted to going on the computer and hunting for this stuff. And that takes up a lot of my time, because me, James and my missus, we do spend a lot of time on the computer looking at hi-fi gear and seeing what's for sale. Yeah, the three of us love it. And lately we've been doing it more than ever, because I've been doing them wanted videos. I've been trying to look up what stuff I think is good value for money and all that. And I might go on the computer after this video, because now I've bought this little Sansui 221. I might go on the computer and look up what I think is good value for money with some of the bigger ones in this range, because I'd like one of them bigger ones. So I might look up what one I think is good value and then write one of them down on the wanted list. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.